What do you look for when buying Fiverr backlinks slash SEO services on Legit and Fiverr, other than reviews? Um, so first of all, we don't really buy too much. Every now and then we'll get something on Fiverr. I'll get something on
For
Fiverr.
some private stuff, like I'll use Fiverr gigs here and there,
Yeah.
mainly the pillow style stuff, right?
Yeah, you can definitely find some kind of the yeah, like Nick was saying, the pillow style stuff, kind of like the easier stuff that doesn't have when you're not really like too concerned about getting like the really beefy links, really good stuff. Can definitely be good. Um, so what do you look for besides reviews when you're buying these things?
So so before we answer this, what I would stress is that if you're not well versed with what makes a good backlink, and again, remember that we sell a bunch of different kinds of backlinks, and even then, there's still a wide array of other types of backlinks available on different marketplaces. And what's important to note is that you're well versed enough to understand what makes a good backlink or a bad backlink, or how both can work sort of in unison within a campaign, right? But that's more advanced. So for like a beginner asking this question, what would you look for? Stick to stuff that is going to be more white hat related. So, pillow style linking, citations, maybe different types of directories, or, maybe even Web 2.0s, depending on how they're doing them. A lot of them are extremely spammy on Fiverr and Legit.
What would you think about doing full-on SEO services from them?
I've done it before, full on backlink campaigns when I like, so if I all right, we'll get in some advanced territory. So if I've got a site that's doing really well, I've built a super clean backlink profile, it's ripping through the SERPs, um, then you can sometimes add a little bit of a spam element to push things even harder. And, I'll do that every now and again. So, there's these services that'll offer you, 25 instant rankings for, $200 this month. They're just going to spam your site with a bunch of low quality junk. And I wouldn't recommend anybody out there that's asking this question go and do that. It's not going to end up well for you. But if you've got really solid recipes for success, and you know when you can use something like that, hypothetical, you can use it to your advantage. But also know that if you're playing games like that, you're also rolling the dice a little
Just to
bit,
clarify one
right?
more time, anyone who's searching for this question,
Should not be
don't do
doing
it.
that.
You're not
Yeah,
ready for it.
you're not
It's
ready.
more of an advanced thing.
Yeah. Now, mind you, if you've got a test site, you're newer to SEO, you've got a little local website that you're messing with. What would you look for in Fiverr and Legit? Again, the more white hat style stuff, and then the stuff that doesn't say 20,000 backlinks for $5. You're looking for stuff that's like manually made, 10 to 20 profiles or whatever, handwritten content. But anything that sounds too good to be true, just stay away from it. And the truth of, like, the fact of the matter is, the services that are worth a damn on Fiverr and Legit they're going to be more pricey than the floor stuff. And that's another thing to look for. Um, Anybody whose claim to fame on Fiverr is we give you the most backlinks for the least amount of money. What do you think's going to happen? It's not going to end up well for you.
So yeah, generally look for something that's not too good to be true.
Yeah.
I know they said other than reviews, but of course reviews are always good. Um, Generally on those kind of platforms, you're looking for the more like natural, easy to do stuff rather than the harder stuff. And
Yeah, no
I'll,
technical
yeah,
stuff, right?
I'm saying like, stuff like guest posts and like niche edits. Although you can maybe get some decent ones on there, I would say for the most part, I would kind of stay away a bit from that. I
The
just,
fact is, to find those that are worthwhile,
You're gonna
you're going to pay closer, like more of a premium for them, right? Even though it's on Fiverr. And even then, you might get a variance in quality. So,
And so this brings
there's a
me to
lot
the
of
last
testing
point.
involved.
Brings to the last point, which is to find that variance in quality. To find the ones that are actually good, you're gonna have to buy a bunch of bad ones first.
Hmm.
It takes it's
I've
this trial and error, right? So even guys with like good reviews and stuff, if like say for ourselves, like we know how to audit how good a backlink is very well. Um, so we go in, we get something on Fiverr, order it, get it back. It's like, okay, this is trash. Go to the next guy, see what he's got. Oh, this is trash. Go to the next guy. Oh, this one's all right. And then maybe you use him for a couple of weeks. Oh, now he's getting worse. Okay, let's go to someone. It just kind of works like that. It's a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of junk on there, a lot of absolute junk. Um, yeah,
hypothetical. I think over the years, it's probably safe to say that I've spent, I don't know, at least $50,000 on Fiverr, and I would probably say maybe 10,000 of that would be, uh, would have been given to things that I think were actually like worthwhile. Um, yeah, it's got to be somewhere in there, or maybe that's not the best way to position it. But out of 100% of the things I've tried, 10% were, or I guess it'd be 50, 5% are worthwhile.
yeah, and so that's even coming from someone who has been in the space for a while, right? So if you're just asking this question now, you're probably not too experienced, right? And so that means you might not even really be able to tell when you buy something the quality of it because you haven't really learned to inspect it, really learned to understand what makes it good or bad yet. And so, like Nick was just saying, only 10% of the stuff he actually bought. The stuff he actually bought. So he actually said, hey, this one looks pretty good. He buys it.
Yeah.
It's not. 9 out of 10, it's not. So that's even someone that actually knows kind of what they're doing. I'll say
Yeah,
kind
but
of, but
it's all individual vendors, right? So they got their own gimmick, and the only way to know is to try, But like I said, majority of the stuff that you're going to find out there, what you come to find is a lot of people looking on Fiverr are trying to budget. But what they'll come to find is, typically when you're newer, you're kind of throwing out Hail Marys and you're trying to pinch pennies.
yeah,
But when you're pinching pennies in the wrong direction,
you blow up
it's
your site or
throwing
you
more
just
money
throw it in the
away,
trash. Yeah.
right? So, better off to pick some more quality vendors that have better trust going to them, where you can't fake reviews. Fiverr, there's a huge buddy system going on. A lot of these products are from farms, right? Where they own countless of these products that they sell out there, and they just share and flip reviews, share and flip reviews. All the money's flowing to the same place, a little cut to Fiverr, but if they're pumping their reviews right, then it keeps the trust flow high for new people coming in and spending money into their ecosystem. And so a
Hmm.
lot of the games that are going on Fiverr are just that, right? Like imagine it's like conglomerates exist within Fiverr or Legit. Legit, I'm not really too sure about, but Fiverr for sure. That own multiple storefronts under the disguise of being separate entities, and they're not.
Yeah, I don't have too much experience on Legit either, but I've heard that I won't say it's the same as Fiverr, but I've heard, it has its share of issues as well. Not that you can't find great stuff on either one. It's just, yeah, I'll just add one more thing to kind of finish this off. If you're asking this question or if you're looking up this question, if you find this video or whatever, I would say, and you might not like this answer, but I would say instead of trying to find the cheapest possible thing you can on Fiverr, learn to do it yourself or
Hmm.
learn to or even hire a VA if that's possible. Hire someone, maybe in the Philippines or wherever, and someone that you're actually going to kind of work with more consistently and train them to do these little tasks. And I just feel like that in a lot of cases is better than basically taking the 9 out of 10 loss rate and wasting money, or even maybe even doing something harmful to your site. Um, you know, of course, it'd be preferable to go a little bit slower and to make sure it's done a little bit more correctly. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the description below for links to our blog for more info on this topic, along with a bunch of other cool stuff like case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed the video. Thanks and happy ranking.